Welcome back to Drafting Out Loud. Here we are for another slow draft someday. We got a bunch of underdog drafts to look at. A lot of them are in the middle rounds. I think we got one early one. Let's jump into it. In this first draft here, we are in the ninth round. We are towards, or sorry, eighth round. We're towards the end of the eighth round here. There's two players between us before the ninth round. So we're in like the 10 spot here, basically. Yeah. And I got a 1-2-3-1 going on. And I think the play here is a running back. We got Rico Dowdle, who's fallen past ADP. So is Cortland Sutton, by the way. And you could justify a receiver here also. But Cortland Sutton, a lot of concern about him. And not someone that I'm drafting a whole lot. He is falling down the boards. Let's go see actually if he is like falling significantly down the boards. Is he one of the biggest fallers? I don't even know if he is or not. We're going to go to our leverage lab. We're going to go to our underdog market movers here. We're just looking at the DraftKings market movers there. We're going to go back to the underdog market movers. Let's see if Cortland Sutton is a faller. We're round pick. What do we pick, like 100 or so? Pick 80. Sorry, no, nowhere near 100. Is he a faller? Alec Pierce is a faller. He's in the 80s. RJ Harvey's a faller. He's in the 80s. There's Chuba Hubbard. He's in the 80s. He's a faller. So there's a lot of fallers in this 80s range. Right now, Cortland Sutton is not one of the biggest fallers, at least. But Rico Dowdle, there's some buzz with him as far as maybe getting a lot of the early down work. Now, you could argue whether that makes him a better value than Jaylen Warren or not. Probably not in general, but it does maybe give you more excitement to draft him if he's like guaranteed a relatively big role, because he's probably not going to get the passing down role. But if he's got a big role overall, then maybe you got something there. I haven't drafted a whole ton of them, but I haven't faded him either. If we go to our leverage lab and look at Rico Dowdle just for fun, because I don't even know how much I have of him. 6.3%. So with another team drafted here, I'm going to be pretty darn close to, your 8.3%, which is your standard. Won't get there with one, but, get there a little bit closer. Anything we can see here that's of interest? Looks like we stacked him up one time with Aaron Rodgers very cheaply there. 20 picks of CLV on Aaron Rodgers on that team. It looks like we got to bring back one time with Tony Pollard. Not the most exciting game as far as the two teams involved, and if you want to draft a whole ton of them. But I don't know. Neither team is like amazing at defense, I don't think. So it could be a big game potentially. Who is our first round pick on this one? It's Ja'Marr Chase. So do we have it? We might. Let's see if we have any Ja'Marr Chase. We do. Oh wow, we got two teams. So 2 out of our 5 teams. So we're gonna make that 3 out of our 6 teams with Ja'Marr Chase have Rico Dowdle. You can see here that, yeah, 99 is the overall pick that we grab Rico Dowdle when we have Ja'Marr Chase. So really kind of getting him when he falls here is what's happening. Let's see overall. Let's unsynthesize that. Yeah, so we're averaging him at pick 97 is where we're getting him. So 10 picks past ADP. We're going to get him here at 94. So we're going to kind of pull him up relative to where we've been drafting him other times. Let's take a look at our 2 Ja'Marr Chase teams just for fun here. And who was our second round pick? It is Brock Bowers was our second round pick. Do we need Brock Bowers with either of these two teams? We do. Okay. So this is the team we're kind of copying a little bit. Overall, not a bad team. We did get Pat Bryant, whatever, late round pick. Omar Cooper Jr. looks like we pulled him a little bit as well. He might start rising, considering Kenyon Seek still got some stuff going on here. Looks like we pulled up Mark Andrews a little bit. Do we have? Oh, we got Joe Burrow on this team. Okay, so we got a Joe Burrow, Mark Andrews bring back on the team. So overall, not a bad. And we got Pat Bryant bring back and stack with. No, bring back on Drake May. Okay. Overall, not a bad team. We don't have, who's our third round pick on this one? It was Breece Hall. We do not have Breece Hall on this team at least, so it won't be all the same. But we're going to go Rico on this team here. When you're talking this many picks past ADP, stuff like that, I don't really care if I had him on all my teams. I'd probably still draft him because this team does need a running back, and running backs are getting harder to draft, in my opinion, not easier to draft. With our next pick after this, I think we can go a lot of different ways. Some of the obvious ones might be a falling player, which there will be a couple. Also, another running back, maybe. But Brock Purdy does stack with Mike Evans. That might be the biggest one. And Stefon Diggs was already drafted, it looks like. So we can't even pull up Stefon Diggs if we wanted to pull him up. And Brooks was already taken before. So it makes me feel good that we don't have a whole lot of Rico Dowdle because um, Brooks has risen up. In fact, I feel like there's at least one team where Brooks fell to like 90 something. And I was like, I'll just take him. Or sorry, Dowdle fell to 90 something. This was earlier on. And I'm like, I'll take him instead of Brooks. Now you're kind of kicking yourself. Like, maybe I should just take Brooks again. But I have a ton of Brooks. So we are okay there. Let's get Rico Dowdle on this team for our third running back. Just trying to get solid point contributors everywhere we can. He probably wasn't come back to me. This guy's only got two running backs, so he might just go grab Kyle Monangai or something like that. Who does he have? Jahmyr Gibbs, Cam Scatabo. So he has two good ones. But and he's got the bring back Dak. Okay, he's got the stack Pickens, Dak, Cam Scatabo, bring back. Good for him. Let's go to the next one here. Okay, remember that? Yeah, we wanted Drake London to fall to us at 24. It didn't happen. We're going to get unique here with Jahmyr Gibbs. We did this one other time, I think, but we're going to do like this right here. I'm pretty sure that I've done one other Zay Flowers team. Let's see, just make sure I haven't done it a whole lot, but I think we're going to do this. Try to do something a little bit different. Let's refresh this to unsynthesize it. And I want to see if we have a Gibbs Flowers team. Is what I want to do. Connecting. It's the computer, I believe, not the leverage lab that's taken a while. But we'll get there. We will get there. I think I got one, like I said, and we'll see if it's a good one or not. Jahmyr Gibbs, and we want to synthesize this with Zay Flowers. Whoa, look at that. This is, I guess, probably a mistake. 7 of my 11 Jahmyr Gibb teams have Jeremiah Love. I thought Jeremiah Love was going to rise into the second round, not fall further into the third round. So that was a silly mistake on my part, probably overall. Hopefully, he ends up I don't think it's a big miss though. It might be a small miss, but I don't think it'd be a big miss. It might be a miss from a ADP perspective though. It might become a bigger miss because is he falling? Is he still falling? Okay. Thankfully, he's no longer one of the biggest fallers, so maybe his fall has started to slow down or stop a bit. Okay, what we wanted to do was we wanted to take a look at do we have any we have one, I believe we have one Zay Flowers team. There it is, Zay Flowers. So here's our one Zay Flowers team. Hey, it has Rico Dowdle on it as well. Um, yeah, this is looking a little ugly. The Lamar you expect because we pulled up Zay Flowers. So those two you expect to be negative. This is where I think it hurts. Not even Brees Hall, but Elijah Surratt, he's not getting the buzz. It sounds like now it's Lane that is the more desirable one. So it would have been nice if I did Lane instead of Surratt. Eli Stowers, you could argue, is maybe undraftable now. He is not. Is he stacked? He is stacked at least with Jalen Hurts. So we got that going for us. But we got a Rondé Gadsden as well, which kind of hurts because he's running with the threes right now. We don't know what's going to be going on there. So overall, kind of ugly. We got a tight end room of Andrews, who we pulled up, I guess, to stack with Lamar. Andrews, Gadsden, Stowers. You can't get more ugly of a tight end room than that. So I think we need to do it again here and see if we can get a better result. We're gonna do Pickens and Flowers this time. Pickens, welcome to the team. Flowers, welcome to the team. Okay. What do we got next? No one queued up, but my guess is that we got a Chargers thing going here on this one. If this one looks familiar too. We took Josh Downs at pick 83, so the end of the 7th round. Things are even though he's got a little bit of a groin thing going on, things are looking more and more favorable that he's going to almost be the number one. Like Pierce is not looking too hot. They haven't signed someone else yet, which they could. There's some other players here that are interesting players, notably Jonathan Brooks right there. We do have no QBs. We do have 3 running backs. We do have the Kenneth Walker, Ladd McConkey bring back. As much as I want to just click Brooks again, sometimes, let's see if this is his ADP still, 87.3. I have saw some inconsistencies on this, but then when I go to my leverage lab, it does tell you what the true ADP is. Where I think he is still rising. There he goes. 87.3. Okay, 87.3 is accurate. I think the right play is to do Justin Herbert here. This is one of my favorite little combinations. Ladd McConkey, Jalen Waddle. Done this a good amount of times. I'm thinking this is going to be harder to get later on, so I wanted to do it now, and then we'll get other combinations later on. I think we probably it might be. Let's see if we got how many we got of this combination. Let's unsynthesize the Zay Flower pick first. Boom. Okay, we're going Ladd McConkey. There's more in the hopper of this too, and he isn't one of my top. With a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, top 8, 2, 4. He isn't one of my top 8 players. I do have a lot of Ladd, Justin Herbert, which makes sense. Oh, wait, hold on, is he? Oh, he is. He's my 4th. So half my Ladd teams have Waddle on them. Almost half. Are we building good teams overall? Looks like we're getting good ADP value overall on our teams. Ted Hurst is falling. Got a Deebo Samuel in there. Good ADP, one Deebo Samuel team. We got 3 Stefon Diggs teams with great value. We got 3 Jonathan Brooks teams with great value. So we might have some interesting Jalen Waddle, Ladd McConkey teams. You can see that we're getting Ladd McConkey on these 5 teams at a little bit of an ADP value, and we're getting Jalen Waddle now at an ADP value. I think that does tell us that it is going to be tougher to do this. Got to look at the ADPs here to see, but I think it's going to be tougher to do this. Let's go looking just for fun. Who is our best ADP value? Is it Stefon Diggs with the 32.6? Looks like it. Let's go. Let's click Diggs in here. Let's synthesize and let's see if we got another good ADP value. Oh, do we have no Brooks on any of these? That's unfortunate if that's the case. Okay, we got one. Oh, 26. Let's go look at this one. 26 picks of value on this one. This is one team that we've synthesized down to with Ladd McConkey, Jalen Waddle, Jonathan Brooks, Stefon Diggs. Got Marshawn Lloyd at the end of the draft. There we go. Ted Hurst, Emmett Johnson. Those ones are a little bit. We got another Oronde Gadsden team. T. Higgins, Bo Nix. We got Kamani Vidal on this team with Justin Herbert. We got our running backs might look a little tough on this one. We do have Herbert and Bo Nix as our two QBs. I like it. We got running back. We have Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown. Okay, so we got two anchors at least. Taylor, Brown, and then a bunch of scrubs, it looks like. Emmett Johnson and Kamani Vidal with a stack and Marshawn Lloyd. We do have a Kenyon Sadiq pick here. That's this the tight end room. Sadiq, Oronde Gadsden, Travis Kelce. We need Travis Kelce in the bring back there for Los Angeles Chargers game to hold us down, especially at the beginning of the season, because who knows when Sadiq's going to really kind of ramp up, and we don't know if Oronde Gadsden's going to establish himself or not. Our Jordan Addison CLV is hanging on by a thread. We'll lose that as well. So overall, not the greatest team. That being said, it's a lot of times about your hits. So if Waddle hits, Brooks hits, Diggs hits, and McConkey hit, this could and maybe Marshawn Lloyd hits. It could be a really good team still. Let's go refresh this for our. So we're gonna go. I think we're just gonna go Herbert here. Is what we're gonna do. We're already betting on this game with KC, Los Angeles Chargers, and it is a stack. It's past ADP already. I think we did a smart thing here. We took Josh Downs at 83. We did that because this guy had Allen already. Allen's in week 7, and so is Justin Herbert. So we're like, he probably won't take 2 week 7 QBs that early, even though it would be a stack with Hampton. Don't think he's going to do it. So we took Josh Downs because he only had 2 wide receivers at the time also. And even if he did end up taking our QB, then I just think we should take Brooks here instead, and we feel good about that. And then we could wait and hopefully get like Bo Nix and Jordan Love here or something like that as our QBs. So we did have a lot of interesting options, or we could even pull up Patrick Mahomes here if we wanted to do that as well. So a lot of different options here. It does pain me to pass on Jonathan Brooks a bit, but I think we are betting on this Chargers game here. Let's see it go Burr. Okay. Next one here. Bill load. It's fetching the draft. There we go. Okay. Round 11. We're kind of at the turn here again. 2 teams in between us. There's Davis Maddock going against Davis Maddock in this one. So who's one? Look at there's Keaton Mitchell. That's one player that he'd want. Is there any other player here that he would want? I don't think so overall. I don't think so overall. No one that he would want that we would want at least. On this team here, we have 2 QBs. We got a 2-3-4-1. We could use running backs because we are looking very light at running back. We only have 4 wide receivers, although they're a nice 4. There's Ladd McConkey again, not stacked up with Justin Herbert. We do have Joe Burrow. Let's see what happened. Did we pass on? Oh, Davis Maddock has our Justin Herbert Bo Nix stack instead. We took Jonathan Brooks at 82 as our second running back. I think that was smart to go Brooks instead of, it's between like Brooks. Sorry. It's between Brooks and Downs at this pick here. Downs has the better ADP. That being said, I only have 1 running back at this point in time. So if Brooks does hit, it really kind of supercharges this team. If Josh Downs hits, it doesn't really supercharge it as much as we already have 4 wide receivers. So I do think pulling up Brooks instead of Downs was smart here. Also, we took Brooks here knowing that most likely Herbert and Prescott wouldn't get taken, and we'd be okay with either one with our next QB. And if they both get taken, whatever. We figured out. We got, again, Christian Watson here, so we could just get Jordan Love, who would probably fall back to us. Which he did. He actually, since we didn't take it, got all the way to 117. But we got Dak Prescott, got a falling Harold Fannin here. We got Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And so we do need running backs still. This team has four. This team has four. They start out with two. He started out with not two, but two right there. And I saw over here was Kyler Murray, I think somewhere on the, yeah, all the way over here. I don't think it makes sense for either one of these two teams to go, and I don't think it makes sense for either one of these two teams to take a fifth running back here. If they do take a fifth running back here, the reason why I'm saying that is that there's Aaron Jones, which I think makes sense on this team, because I only have three running backs, and really, we don't know. These are both question marks. We're hoping they both have big roles, but maybe Aaron Jones helps get us points at the beginning of the season type of thing. I do think also Mark Andrews and Jake Ferguson are in play here. You get even these wide receivers are nice as well, but I think these are probably the biggest people that are in play for this team. I do have CeeDee Lamb already with Dak Prescott, so I don't need to stack up another one. And Mark Andrews, I think maybe is the more exciting play here. It would be a bring back on Cincinnati, which we don't have any Ravens yet. He is a better ADP as well. And not super high on Ferguson overall. And although, what's it? That's Dallas, New York Giants. That could be a big Week 17 game. But also Baltimore, Cincinnati could be a really big Week 17 game. So we're going to just play the ADP game here a little bit with Mark Andrews, who we're actually getting at a 1 pick discount, a 0.8 pick discount. And we're hoping that Aaron Jones makes his way back. This also makes sense because neither of these teams have any tight ends. So the chances that Mark Andrews makes it back, it's just kind of like flipping a coin if it happens or not type of thing. And so we're not going to flip that coin. We're going to kind of ensure that we get Mark Andrews, which I think is a value to this team. And then we can get Aaron Jones the next pick if he makes it to us. If it doesn't, then I think we have to be thinking about just another, I don't know, wide receiver probably if it makes it to us. Or Woody Marks, although don't really like that pick this early. There are no more running backs for a while. Tank Bigsby at 157. Is that going to make it back to us? That'd be sweet if it did. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully we get the Tank Bigsby pick here as well. We do need to kind of fill out our running back room here. Let's go Mark Andrews at this one. Take the position of value for these guys or need for these guys, and then try to get Aaron Jones, hopefully the next one, which is a player of not need for them, but which is a player of need for me. Mark Andrews, welcome to the team. Okay, we got a couple more left here. What do we got on this one? It's my location, underdog. Kyler Murray is falling all the way to 123. We're seeing him fall more and more, actually. This is an ugly team, is what this one is. We have three QBs, three big QBs. I don't do this often. This is like, there's one other team I did it on accidentally, actually, that's going on right now, where I think I got autoed a QB3, which is unfortunate. But we're looking really rough at running back. We're looking pretty solid at wide receiver, looking super solid at tight end. Why did we do this? We did this because there weren't any good running backs or wide receivers that we really, really wanted. We thought Casey Concepcion could make it back to us. We also thought that the best player available past ADP, best player available will probably add points to this team, and is a stack with Sam Laporta and is a bring back on Chicago, which we have both sides of that game now. It maybe just is the most boom pick out of the picks that we had there, possibly. That being said, when these guys don't go react and grab more and more QBs, this guy's only got one and he didn't grab one. He took, see, I thought he'd take a QB here instead of a wide receiver and a tight end. I knew this guy would take a QB most likely. I was truly hoping that at least two QBs would come off the board, if not three QBs off the board right there. But only one. So we're in a tough spot here. The last one we passed on Aaron Jones. I think this one we just need to take Aaron Jones here at basically at ADP. We're definitely passing on the QBs. I think we should even pass on Jaden Higgins and get more wide receivers later on and hope that these three like superpower our team for the most part. We can get I don't know, a Detroit like maybe Tesla later on type of thing. Get a Baltimore guy later on. We're gonna get some late wide receivers, obviously some late running backs as well. But I think we're just gonna take Aaron Jones right here. And then I doubt Keaton Mitchell makes his way back. But if he did, we would definitely take him. But I think Aaron Jones is the play here because we need like guaranteed points. And either one could, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna go Aaron Jones is what we're gonna do. And figure out the next pick later on. Last one here. Hey, there's Jonathan Brooks. We got a 1-2-4-0. We're in the 8th round. Do I have a pick coming up here soon? Or is this the okay? Oh, we took Josh Downs in the 7th round at 81. And then Brooks made his way back to the 8th round at 88. You can see the flippening is happening. Hubbard is gonna by tomorrow maybe be going after Jonathan Brooks type of thing. We only have 2 running backs. In fact, I have a lot of Jonathan Brooks as my 4th running back. I started to do some Jonathan Brooks 3rd running back, and now it's kind of required to do it that way, considering he's got pulled up even more. You're hoping as a 3rd running back that he impacts your team even greater, and you also got a value somewhere else on top of that. Now it's just saying it is what it is because he's just going around earlier, so it's hard to make him be your 4th running back without going like super, super, super heavy at running back. But this is nice. Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, then Jonathan Brooks. We got the Jonathan with an O and the Jonathan with an A at running back. We do want to get we got Waddle here, so we do want to get Bo Nix probably with our next pick on the way back around. But we'll figure that out when we get there. Jonathan Brooks, welcome to. So we have a lot of Jonathan Brooks, but I don't think we have much Jonathan Brooks on the right-hand side of the board. But we're going to pick him no matter what, but let's just find out. Our first pick on this one was Jonathan Taylor. So he's not one of our higher owned players with Jonathan Taylor, which we are overweight apparently with Jonathan Taylor, just slightly overweight. Do we have any Brooks? We have 2 Jonathan Brooks teams. And you can see these were taken a while ago, 22 picks of value on those. Both of them have Waddle as well with 8 picks of value. Looking pretty good there with those 2. Let's go. Let's just for fun synthesize this. I think this team has Waddle too. You can see I am pretty darn concentrated on my teams this year, which is a little nerve-wracking maybe, but if it works out, it will be great. Who else do we have on this team? Are we replicating what else on this team? Chase Brown is Chase Brown on either of these teams? Chase Brown is on one of them. Okay. So we do have a Brooks, Brown, Waddle, Jonathan Taylor team. Who's our next pick? It was Zay Flowers. Do we have Zay Flowers on this team? We don't. Lad McConkey was our fourth pick. Who was our third pick? Okay, we went T. Higgins and then Lad McConkey on this one. This is probably one we've looked at actually because we got Gadsden and Sadiq. And who's our third tight end? Travis Kelce. Yeah. So we saw this team. Welcome back again to this team. And this team is looking good in a lot of ways, but tight ends are looking rough. So it makes me feel even better that maybe we're redoing this team again in a way. And Zay instead of T. Higgins is probably better. We don't have any tight ends yet on this team, so we're going late tight end on it. But this one might look in the end better than the other one. Let's get, even though we're going to be not getting Jonathan Brooks at such good value, we are going to hopefully be getting tight ends that are going to be playing. Maybe Mark Andrews makes it to our next, no, not our next pick. And we're going to push tight end even more. But Jonathan Brooks, welcome to the team. There we go. Long video today, so we'll stop there. Let me know how you think these teams are turning out and let me know what you think about some of the teams we saw in the Leverage Lab. See you guys on the next one. Peace.